Koi utilized something not many teams does to defeat Navi, and it's simpler than you think. Navi is one of the best teams from EMEA, with a roster that have seen international success. So what could Koi use against Navi? Koi's secret weapon, beginner mistakes, and how many Navi makes, even at the highest level. The main beginner mistakes are crosshair placement, movement, game knowledge, and playing of your teammates, and Koi used all of these to defeat Navi. So for this video I will have a beginner mistake counter to show you guys how many Navi made in the rounds we're covering. The agent selection are quite different, with Navi using Sage, Cypher, Omen and Fade for split. These are just all around a strong agent composition, since Sage alone can be mid. Fade can get early information, Omen have a very versatile smoke and ability set, and Cypher is a great lurker and can hold sight alone. While Koi have gone for a more trendy agent comp with two duelists, Astra and Viper, and it's still in the same realm as Navi with how they have picked their agent, just with different tactics in mind. Since you still have Viper as an amazing lurker, Astra with a more versatile abilities than Omen, and two duelists for fast plays. Navi are playing 3 players Heaven and are giving away A site, since from Heaven you can get information fast and early, so Fade can always jump back to A, while the last 2 players are going to B site. Koi are going 4 players towards A, and Viper with this wall to block out Heaven. As soon as the round starts, they throw a sky flash while Navi smokes, only problem is that it's too late and Koi are pushing. And here it's the first beginner mistake, since you have no players on site. Navi have to take the fight and they peek too far apart. And before they smoke Plume, they are peeking into 3 players and Omen dies with no trades. Koi Astra smokes here, while Fade uses her stock to hold Koi off. And then does mistake number 2 and peeks to the unknown for information. Completely useless and have to fall off. Now Navi have shown to Koi where the last 2 A players are, stuck in Heaven. Raze jumps into Heaven together with her nade, and then Astra smokes and Heaven is unlocked for Koi. Navi have to go from spawn, and here Koi Raze blunder and falls down into Navi's players, and quickly the match is still a 4v4. But as soon as this happens, Navi does another mistake. They have 3 players ready to swing Jet, but even though 3 players do not have to watch the same spot, no one's watching for Sky and she gets to peek and do damage. This forces Navi back, but Sage still insists in fighting and solo peeks Jet as another beginner mistake, and none of Navi's player can trade back. As well as since Jet repositioned, Sage crosshair is not even correctly placed, and we will add that as well on the list as beginner mistakes. And to end the round, every Navi player solo peeks and dies one by one. Let's just add this as 3 beginner mistakes to end pistol.
2A 4 versus 4 still, with 2 out towards spawn, so playing the longer angles, but it's up close that matters, and Wolfen doesn't want to lose those out.
I didn't realize CNED was playing Jet here. It looked like he was gliding into elbow. Still 2 more players coming in, and Starzo is good to find yet another really solid post-plant hold from Koi. And yeah, when you have 2 players coming in late from main too, you just absolutely shred that screen's retake.
The buy from both teams are different, and this means both teams will approach the round different. Navi have won the last 3 rounds, and this have set them up nicely, with a full buy and can start to build a bank. While Koi are on the losing side and have to force buy into this round, with Stinger, upgraded pistols and more. So Navi's approach will be to play more back and take long range fights, since they will be supreme in these positions against Koi. While Koi wants to push fast and get up and personal against Navi. Koi are set up with 4 players towards mid, in a split formation. This will allow the sewers players to focus here, and the bottom mid players to focus vents, while they have Viper outside of A in hope of lurking and catching rotations from Navi. Navi are set up as expected with 2 players on B to take fast information and Cypher in B Heaven to focus mid, while the last 2 players are towards A. 1 in A Heaven and Sage towards A, trying to do an early peek as soon as the barrier is lifted. Koi goes for a sky flash and some great Astra smokes, and out of the blue Navi have no mid control, and this is the first big mistake. Navi knew what buy they could expect from Koi, so to allow a team mid control when they want to get close fights is a big red flag, and we will just add that to our list. And now Navi are unsure what to even do, since they have no mid control and they do the dumbest they can do. Omen fake teleports to join CNED into peeking and taking back vents. And how would you do this? Jump down, use the Omen flash, or as Navi did, just shift walk down the rope and die. A massive beginner mistake, and quickly Koi realizes they can just get Heaven and they take it. And here, since Navi gave off so much map control versus the type of buy, they can't stop it, and the trades are 1 for 2 for Koi, and it's a 4v2. Let's just add that as a beginner mistake, how bad Navi played this round.
The scout down into that with the teleport? I don't know, I don't think so. Wolfen finds that kill, and as the Sage wall breaks, that leaves a real soft. This is the weakness of having all your info on one side of the map. Like, Angel just has to fight that with CNET, and they fall.
Smoke comes out, but it's on top of it as well. There's going to be a scrappy here inside of Heaven. Koi find one for themselves, immediately traded out. All comes out on top, and Koi are making this work. They've got to a 4v2 on an eco here, Ender.
And a great position to pinch back into Heaven. Trex playing deep into vents.
Navi have recovered from the loss in round 6 and are now ready to take control of the game again in round 9. Navi are set up with 2 players in mid, Cypher and Fade on A, and Sage alone on B. The reason Sage is alone is since her wall and slow can be used to stop pushes quite comfortably, and it's why Navi can fully focus on mid with 2 players, since we don't want to repeat what happened in round 6. Koi on the other hand are going 4 players towards B, and then Viper like always lurking on A. And the round starts with a mistake. When you're solo holding site, the worst you can do is to die with no informations or no trades. And here CNET dies after peeking an angle the attackers can hold and get no kills. So to the guys in comments saying he got the information, it's no one. Well, it's early round. Even though CNET saw 3 to 4 players doesn't really mean anything since Koi can always rotate if needed. But this staff adds another point to our counter, as well as puts a rift into Navi's whole idea for the round since they wanted to focus mid and now they can't since they just lost their only B player. And here the double duelist comp shines as Raze and Jet entries out and takes 2 different paths to cover as much ground as possible for the rest of their teammates. And as soon as this happens, Omen does another beginner mistake. When you spam a smoke with a Vandal and sit still, it's very easy to spot where the bullets come from and give the enemy an idea of where you are and spams back. And here Omen does this and instantly dies and gives Koi another opening. And it's now a 5v3. Xiao gets a great opening, but Navi is not even going to go for this. Just look at Cypher, how long he stands here, looking like this, and then he's like, oh shit, we can actually win this, let me try to rotate. Rotate all the way back, and then you have to go back and save.
Already know exactly where he is. He's managed to find one. Can he find the second? No. Cold is a little bit too good for him this time around. And I wonder if Navi once again here to opt to peel back, save up, and to say, yeah, never mind, and here they go.
For sure. He needed the 2 there. If there were 2, all of a sudden, those players are zooming into sight.
Really want the exit, but no, not being given.
Yeah, and really what it comes down to is like the reason the fast hit worked in my eyes is because the Sage was holding with an op, right? Obviously they killed the operator, that makes it easier to go into sight.
I would have loved to cover Navi's attack side, but here Koi won every single round to win the map and the match 2-0. I hope this shows you that even the best does beginner mistakes, so don't be afraid of doing them yourself. I make videos like this as much as I can do, so check my channel out, or these videos YouTube told me you guys would love. Thanks for watching.